How the audio?
Everything's great over here.
Okay. Good day, good day, good day, folks. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, listen. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Hey, listen. Never say never. I can remember a time ago when me and Gully first, had a conversation, and we was talking about doing something on this platform, and we had a little falling out, and therefore after that, I'm talking for years. And even right now, as I sit here on this day and time, I didn't think this would have been happening. But once again, right now, with sometimes we can be emotionally immature. So at that present time, I like to say that. And sometimes what you have to do is let bygone be bygone. So without further ado, right now is I'm going to introduce the man, the myth, the legend, Gully TV. What's up, man?
I'm great, man. I appreciate you having me, man. They know how I give it up, man. Hip hop, sports, and fashion. I happen to be well read in a lot of urban history, particularly things like this.
I seen that earlier.
I come with resource materials, so
yeah.
I've read a lot of books. I've done a lot of studying. I've been in a lot of chat rooms, and I've watched a lot of media on the Supreme Team and the whole Queens landscape, dating back to the King of Kings documentary that was done by the Furtados. So, yeah, I'll be the first to say I was disappointed by this documentary. And keep in mind that I helped, promote and market it online and shit. I uploaded the trailer to my channel. I promoted it from my Instagram page because I wanted to see them guys do well. Yeah.
And even with that being said, man, like I say right now, is guess what? From my time that I spent out there on being part of the round table with shout out to Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols and Howard Pappy Mason. Those are the two individuals that I met first and put me part of the round table with Supreme, Kenneth McGriff, and Prince and Bug Out. And even right now, like you say, you look at the documentary, the docu series by Nas. Like I say right now, is like to me, I look at it, and right now is even beforehand, I say why they didn't. From my understanding, it was a gentleman that was on there. He went to Nas and said, "Look, you need to bring Glaze in on the documentary," and Nas declined. And it could be a couple of reasons. The fact that I did make a deal, I cooperate, everybody know that or whatever. But in the same token, if you're going to talk facts, or you're going to talk about certain situation, you know what? To me, I think you should get, that's why I asked. Was Nas going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly? And right now, I think, honestly speaking, from an entertainment standpoint, it was a great piece. And then not only that, right now is like one thing about Prince, and I got to give shout out to Prince. Prince is a highly, highly intelligent individual, and right now is like a shout out to him and Preem. Like I said, I think they did a great job for what they had to deal with.
I brought some notes.
Okay, I got notes too, man. I got notes too, man. So where do you want to begin, man? Like even right now with the introduction, and I thought from a phone call, here it is, Nas. They got Nas taking the phone call from Prince and Preem, Prince and Allenwood, Pennsylvania, United States Penitentiary. Preem is McCleary, United States Penitentiary in Kentucky. So right now, I thought it was an interesting twist. And then right now to have LL Cool J, the GOAT, and showing that film when he's actually at a Supreme party.
That was hot.
Everybody talk about that tape.
That was hot.
All of them on the stage, you name it, everybody's on it. But Gully, where they at now?
I'm only let's talk about the guys that's visible, that's still free. From that era, if I was to converse with someone, or be directed in someone who was from that era that was free, I would ask someone like Bimmy. I would ask Luke Steffen, and of course, according to all of the media that you put out over the last 3 years, you had a relationship with those guys over there. So, I would definitely it's a word for it. I think a liaison should have been brought in, who has something authentic. Pardon me, who has something authentic to add to this project from the perspective of someone who was involved and who the internet community is comfortable and familiar with. I think it would have benefited from that.
Hmm. And like I say, even when I did a piece earlier and I asked Nas, where's Bimmy? I did see Green Out Born was there. Okay, I could appreciate that. You're right, Luke. I think a lot of people sleep on Luke. Um, like even right now, is a lot of times people see photos and they see Cat, Pappy, Preem, Prince, Bimmy, Luke, Jug, a few other people, and they like, oh man, well Glaze, where was you? And like I keep trying to tell people, that was before my time. So I don't have no problem with that because once again, I was not there during the beginning. I was not there when these guys was up on that stage having a jolly good time. It looked like right now they was having like crazy fun, man. It's like you see the rappers that was there at the time, like they in art. They looking at
Yes,
guys as legend, as gangsters, as God. They want to be, rub elbows with them.
definitely. Um, this story has been told many, many times over the course of the last 30 years. And I just felt that it was almost impossible to suppress the violence. And I feel that that's something that was missing from the documentary. Everybody's documentary that we've watched, gangster documentaries, they told the whole story. Some people have said to me, well, them guys is trying to get home, so they can't talk about, certain things. Well, some of this shit is already public information,
Mhm.
and I don't understand why it was excluded. A big part of the Supreme team was excluded, namely this crew that operated under Prince when he came home in 1987. I mean, when he came home in 1989, Wilford, C. Just Royal, Roy Hale, Harry Hunt. These guys, was they just vanished. This was a big part of the story, and it's still online. You can go look it up. And how I don't know, understand how this wasn't included. Um, People have told this story about this shit. We've read about it over and over, and you would think that a network that comes along, like Showtime, who has lots of money, resources, and probably ways of researching, very, very powerful ways of researching this shit. You would think that they would come along and give us something that we hadn't seen yet, or bring some type of revelation. It was two in there. The two revelations was LL Cool J was in that party,
Yeah.
and the Supreme team apparently took their name from a song. Hey DJ, I didn't know that. I thought they were
Yeah, yeah,
always
yeah,
named
yeah.
after
That
Supreme.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only thing that I got out of it that was new. Um, Besides that, it seemed to be a effort to humanize Prince, but I don't know how you can do it because you got all of this shit online. Um, this story was told without a big. In 1987 alone, the FBI said 8 bodies was associated with the Supreme team. How could they step to us and try to tell this story without the meat? They know what we tuning in for. We want to know. We want to know. This is America. This is America. America is fueled on these images and these movies. Scarface, The Godfather. These different. We're stimulated by this shit,
Mhm.
and they tried to give us a rated PG version of the Supreme team, and I just thought that it was garbage.
And you know what? Okay, cool. Like even right now, somebody just put something right there. Glaze Prince, Glaze Prince. How you don't understand the man Prince trying to come home? You know, we understand. I know that. I want Prince to come home. I want Preem to come home. I want all of them to come home. But it's like right now, what we speaking about is like, you're right. Some of the details already public knowledge. And to me, I think, honestly speaking, a lot of people don't understand just because you've been accused of things. Like it's a lot of things I've been accused of. I've been accused of when they flashed that stuff about Edward Burns. You know, I was a number one suspect. 103rd, 113, and 75th precinct felt when Edward Burns got murdered that I personally did it, despite I didn't. And the crazy part about that, as time went on in the investigation, they arrested me. They picked me up for Edward Burns' murder. And
Mm.
Phil Marshall, Philip Copeland was with me. Dave McCleary, who they said was a trigger man, was with me, and Pappy Uncle was with me, and they let them go. So once again, I understand it. At one point in time, from 88, they said I average a murder a week. So I understand reputation, and what I'm saying is, we understand what is fact, what is fiction, what is facts, and what is fiction. But like, I understand exactly what you're saying because once again, even though, like I say, Prince beat all the murder charge.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
So
But
even right there was still there, but he did beat all the murder charge. So I understand like what they doing, and I appreciate that. But once again, like you say, is and I can say, look, nobody thought I was going to change. In 18 more days, it'd be 25 years that I've been free, never went back. And people look at me and say, well, you a career criminal. When I got out there in 97, I had a U.S. Marshal. I had the probation officer. They gave me 45 to 90 days before I returned. And mind you, I'm 33 years old. So once again, like I told them, if I got to go around collecting aluminum cans, Gully, I'm not going back to jail.
right, I hear you. Is this let me ask you your personal opinion. Is this logical? This I don't know, constructed effort to humanize and help Gerald Prince Miller get back to society, considering the things that's online, witnesses being killed, all of that shit. Trent Morris testified against him to some things that happened. This shit is all public information. Ethan Brown spoke about this shit in depth in the book Queen's Reign Supreme. Seth Ferranti from Gorilla Convict has spoken about this shit. Al Prophet has spoken about this shit. I just don't understand how we can minimize it. It's not possible. It's not possible.
And even right now, like I say, like with that situation, and something you mentioned every name about the old crew.
Yeah.
You failed to mention Puerto Rican righteous.
Okay.
And like you say, a lot of stuff go deeper than original surface. And a lot of times right now is what we want to do and what we want to understand is what we're trying to say is right now, guys, I don't have nothing. I, honestly speaking, want Gerald Prince, them saying Miller to come home. I want Supreme to come home. I want all of them to come home. But in the same token, what we're talking about, that they're going to speak about something, let's put it all out there. And like I said right now is like let everybody digest and go from there. It's all about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like
Right.
even right now, like what people talking about with me. Did I made a deal? Okay. Everybody and their mama know I made a deal. In the book, what I say, I made a deal. I got a funny email today, and they reference you. I gotta send you that email, man. They reference you. They said, "Well, Gully TV speak about you making a deal, and you was in the witness protection program. Your brother mentioned that." And like I try to tell people right now, is I don't care what nobody. I never ran from anything. I never ran for what I did, what I didn't do, but I know what I did. So once again, like you say, I changed over the course of the years being out. And I know if he's given the opportunity to get his freedom out, I think he would do a hell of a job and he probably can help them saying the community.
I hear you. I'm trying to wrap my hand. I just read this shit. I just read a lot of this shit preparing to get on here with you. And there's a lot of it is fresh in my mind. I just don't think that it's really logical. A lot.
Look at this, right? How long you been a journalist?
I've been in hip hop since 2004. I started to approach it from an investigative point, maybe like around 2015.
Okay. So 2004, we talking about 18 years. 2015, we talking about 7 years. And right now is like, I done seen you go to another country to cover a story. So once again, right now, based upon your investigation skills, you know how to what to dig for, the quality question to answer. And like you say, is you probably like everybody else. When you see this doctor series coming up, you probably got your popcorn, tune in, got everything blocked out, and you ready to rock and roll. And what happened when you look at it and it go from okay, number one only gave up so much, then episode two gave a little more glance, and episode three, and that was it. It's like man, I got worked up for nothing. I got prepared for nothing.
I did. I expected a lot more considering the history. Leaving Bimmy out damaged this project in so many ways, because they would have been able to talk about how one of the jewels in the Supreme Team crown went on to do greater things beyond, the streets and shit like that. Bimmy has done a whole lot. And I think that could have been tied to the Supreme Team. He developed his people skills. He developed his hustler acumen in the Supreme Team. These traits, he carried these traits and these talents on to greater opportunities, and he's still here. Everybody didn't go to prison and shit like that. This is something else that is mind-boggling. In 1987, Prince and Supreme was in jail for a period of time. So who was the Supreme Team in their absence?
And you know what? I'm gonna answer that question because I was there. I got acquitted June of '87, and I was able to go to South Jamaica, Queens, on the pass from Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols. And to me, that's how I met Benny. That's how I met Black Just.
Yeah.
And right now, you're right. They was the Supreme Team. And to me, like I say, despite they was a little younger than I, and like I always say to myself, like people want to know, they think me and Benny got a beef. There's no beef between me and Benny. There's no beef. And like I say, I talk to Benny daily, and there's no beef. And right now is I will never disrespect him. I will never go against him. I look at Benny as a little brother. Hey, your phone, did you shut me off?
Nah, you good.
Because I hear echo.
You good.
Like we still on the phone.
They were absent in 1987, and they went back to jail in '89.
Mm-hmm.
So often Supreme, even though the name was Supreme Team, they were often weren't even there. They wasn't even on the streets. You dig what I'm saying? So how can I don't understand how that was just left out. I don't.
And these are the things you gotta look at. I got an echo, man. You don't hear the echo? So I got this crazy echo. But we're gonna go on.
All right.
Even with that being said, bro, you're not good. Your mic. You're not good. Your mic. Hello. Okay, that's better. Okay, but what we trying to say is this, man. Like you're right. A lot of times right now, when you sit back and look at it, when I got there from '87 to '88, you're right. Preem was in jail. Prince was in jail. So, like I told you, who I knew at the time that was actually like running the show was a young Bimmy, was a young Black Just. And like I told you, even when they came around me, I guess the size and see who the hell I was or whatever. It was kind of funny, but the difference is right now, they was young guys. Who the hell this dude is? And I can remember they bring in Redbug from Notion Avenue because he used to be down with them. And when you like back then, like I went away from '81 to '84, and when I came home in '84, it was like '85. Redbug was hanging out with the Queens guys. He was down with the Supreme Team, and back then, everybody want to be a part of that. So everybody can say what they want to say, from Brooklyn, Manhattan, the Bronx, Staten Island. Queens was getting it. And that's all you hear about. and everybody want to be a part of that in some fashion and form. And like I say, during that time, 85, I met Howard Pappy Mason. And I can remember this young lady took me to meet Jughead. And right now, when I went to Queens to meet Jughead, and it was just before, right around that parole officer got murdered. And when I met Jug, it was a situation where, yo, I can hit you up with something. But based upon what he wanted to hit me up with, oh, I wasn't ready for that. So you know what you can do and what you can't do. And I wasn't really a hustler as far as that. I was more known with the gun in my hand. And you can't hustle with a gun in your hand.
No doubt, no doubt. Um, how do you feel in totality? Your opinion, because I didn't tune into your prior videos about this. Do you think that it was thoroughly put together?
You know what? From a strategic standpoint, based upon what they're trying to do, yes. But as far as a what we was looking for, what the majority was looking for, no. And what I mean by that is this: we was looking for much, much more. Despite they got into depth, how they got into it, and how they became righteous because of the murder of a little 10-year-old boy, Clifford Glover, and basically how that young boy was hanging out with his dad, going to work. His dad happened to be a business owner back then. So when they seen this young boy was murdered, and back then it was a lot of stuff that was going on that was unjustified, especially among the black community, but we didn't know nothing about it because we didn't have the coverage that we have now. Now, anything happened, like when we witnessed that George Floyd situation and we watched them put their knee on that man's neck, that's what got him convicted. So chances are, if we had that media stream back then, when that cop killed that young boy, chances are, guess what? It would have been a conviction. But once again, when they seen that man went to trial, guilty of all charges, but got acquitted by basically majority of all white jurors.
Yeah, yeah. What can I say, man? I've been black my whole life, man. So at this point, nothing surprises me.
Mm-hmm.
The way they handled this documentary did surprise me, though. I know that it
You
was.
say it did surprise you?
Yeah.
In what sense?
It just didn't include. For one, they didn't go down into the projects. They showed the projects from a drone. I didn't like that. I thought that they could go down there. I know if they went down there into them projects, it was still junkies. It was still people from that era in that area that could have offered some firsthand accounts on what happened back then, or just watching those guys growing up. Those people are still there, and it suffered. It suffered.
Sit back and think about what you just saying. What you're saying. See, sometime look at what you're saying. See, and that's where I think we losing that. And that's why, like right now, is you know what? Shout out to my man T Rivers. T Rivers is right now is like you got different people that come on your platform. And to me, I'm funny, man. If people come on my platform, and it all depends upon what they bring to the table. And if they come to me respectful and mindful, I deal with them. If they come to me with some negativity stuff, I don't deal with that. So he came to me and he said, "Yo, Glaze, man, Gully was did a video about the DACA series, and he spoke about you and everything like that. So of course I went and tuned into it, and I hear what you were saying, and that's what caused me to reach out. But once again, what you sit back and think about it, you look at your eyes, look at your experience, based upon what you're trained and how you became better at what you're doing. So imagine that that's the case, they would have brought you in as a consultant. See, that's the difference. It all depends how they really want to deliver that message. If they want to get raw, then you're right. Bimmy, myself, Luke, or all the individual, like you say, some of the people right now, from my understanding, that was co-defended with him did not, I repeat, did not want to be on it. They didn't want to do it Because right now is like, from my understanding, when they went to trial, he made all of them go to trial. So when you sit back and think about it, and you start talking about being a leader is a hell of a name, man. Like, despite I was under Cat, I had a crew. And right now is, guess what? Me being the leader. None of my crew went down. Only people in my crew went down is people that was actually on a wiretap. So once again, they all got time because they was already on a wiretap. But these other guys that didn't have, they was down with me, but no way in the world. Like, everybody said, yeah, you made a deal. I made a deal. I cooperate, I snitched, whatever you want to call it. I became a government witness, but none of them went down. So when you sit back and you think about it and you try to understand it, if they was on my case, like I went to Fat Cat, I say, look, they want you. They want me. They want Pappy. They want the Chinese connection. Let everybody else go against us and let them go. But Cat word is, nah, you go to trial first. Let's see what they got against you. Then I go to trial. So what I'm saying is this to me right now is, guess what? Sometime you can be more loyal to people than they are to you. So right now, I was loyal to him. Even then, when I got to MCC 99 days later, whereas what happened? He gave me a list of what needed to be taken care of. But after a while, sometimes you got to think when the game is over. Because what people don't understand is this. When I made a deal, everybody say, yo, you done, you through. Who Cat gonna get on me? Me? So in that same token, right now, even if my guys was on my case, guess what? I would like, listen, man, cop out. Plead guilty.
I hear you. I hear you. God damn.
That's all I have on the documentary, man. I'm glad me and you was able to,
All right.
you know, eliminate any acrimony between us. You know, some communication. I wrote a chapter about you in my book.
Okay. How do people get that? Because once again, my thing is this: what we're gonna continue to do, build together. And even with that being said, what we're gonna do is, how do we continue to bring quality content to these platforms? I don't want to get on here. Like I said, I know we done had our difference in the past, but I don't want to never get on here, F you. No, no, no. See, that's the problem. The separation, the disagreement. And right now is, that's how they conquer stuff. Opposed to, like, even now, what I like and what I'm thinking about is, honestly speaking, you know what, like I say, with the people that we do know, that do have insight, opposed to we letting other people tell the story. The difference is, right now, we got to start, basically right now, funding our own projects and telling our own projects, getting the right writers, getting the right director, getting the right producers, and basically right now telling it like it was, not watered down. Because once again, what's going to happen when you let other people take control of the story? What they're going to do is they're going to take, right now is, here it is, opposed to them giving you a full meal, they're going to give you a vegetarian meal. Nah, man, I'm a meat and potato guy, man.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Everybody that's listening, make sure y'all go pick this up. This is a dope ass book. Brian Glaze Gibbs story, Beyond Lucky. Some of this shit that we talked about tonight is mentioned in this book. That's how I noted that this documentary was kind of sugar coated. This is mine. It's available on my website, www.therealdribble.com. This is called Some Things I've Been Through. This is written about my interactions with some of the United States' most notorious gangsters. And right here, as you can see right here, that's Brian Glaze Gibbs, the host tonight. And I wrote a chapter about meeting him and receiving this autographed copy of his book.
Well, yeah, did I got a date and year on it when you got it? You got a year on it?
Nope, no year.
All right.
But I know that this was the first print because you ended up redoing the covers.
You're redoing the cover, whatever.
Yeah, so this is one of the early ones. Everybody that's tuning in, make sure y'all go get that. There's power in numbers. basketball is a team sport. You know I'm the dribble. We got to make sure we put a stranglehold on this media because, as you see, they infiltrating every day. Whenever I get online, I see that it's someone else who doesn't belong trying to do our content. A guy recently did a video that he stole from me called Drug Dealer Sneakers. And these people are present. They're present. They're online. They're watching our every move, and they're trying to infiltrate. They're trying to get in the mix. So we got to do our duty to try to keep things authentic. And that was the word I was looking for, consultant. Guys like you, Luke, Curtis Schoon, Macopolis, people who have a history, people who have media, photos, information should be asked and consulted with before they press record on these cameras. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, like I told you right now, despite we had our differences, and hopefully right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bury the hatchet, smoke the peach pipe, man. And right now I'm looking forward to doing different things. You know what I'm saying with you. Basically right now, hopefully be able to do some positive things, man. Because once again, like I know, like you say, I always call it my ministry. Yeah, what type of ministry?
I want to make something clear, man. I had this, I believe I had this mastered before everyone else. And I knew that whenever I had an encounter with someone from New York City, someone from a metropolis, I had to really, really lay into them because I wasn't targeting you. I was targeting your listening audience. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? And it's all mathematics with me. Again, I came here to win. I'm doing media on the highest level, and I wish you the best of luck. And again, I appreciate you having me on the platform tonight.
Yeah. And hey, look, even with that being said, man, like I told you, I learned from y'all guys. Like I said, I never thought about getting a YouTube channel. I started my shit out on Infomine, and I watched how his platform went from less than 30,000 to over 100,000, and slowly but surely, even I just hit 61,000 subscribers today. And even with that being said, like I got friends call me up. Oh man, I remember when you first started. We only saw half of your head, man. And I'll be the first to tell people I am not tech savvy. And it's a process and you learn.
Oh no, you got your shit up now. Since you've been fucking with this. I'll be watching it. You got your shit up now. You got it.
Hey, let me tell you something right now, man. When you know, and the more you do anything, it's like riding a bike. The first time you on that bike, what's gonna happen? You fall, you scrape yourself, you scrape up your elbow, your knee,
right?
That pain is so painful that guess what? You don't never want to get on that bike again. But then again, when you go outside and you see you 7 years old, you got Billy 5 years old, and he looking at you. Oh man, I can ride with no hand. Nah. Or I can ride back. You like, wait a minute, hold up, man. If little Billy can do it, I can do it. So once again, this is all about right now. Look what we're doing. Look what we're doing. We showing people, in all honesty, and that's what I want people to understand. It's not how you start, how you finish. We are all prince and princess, queens and king. We are all rich in our own thoughts and ideal, but it's up to us to learn how to put it in effect and stop second guessing ourselves. Stop like, right now, I can't do this. I can't do this. You know what? We can do all things through Christ, through Allah. We can do all things, but it's up to us, man. But we gonna sit back and have $1 million ideal, but we're afraid to put in effect. But we share that idea with somebody that they take it and run with it. Boom, they live in large when it could have been us, man. So like I said right now, man, like I appreciate you taking the time out. And like I told you right now, shout out to Luke, because I reached out to Luke. Hey, look, I need Gully. I need to talk to Gully. And right now is guess what? He made it happen just like that. And look what we're doing now. So that's what I'm trying to tell you right now is never say never. Never say never. So once again, like I say, I'm glad we, broke the peace pipe.
Yeah.
And right now I'm looking to do, a lot of different projects and we can work together, man. Let's make this happen.
Right.
Let's start blessing each other platform, then going outside and blessing their platform.
That's what's real. That's what's real. Shout out to everybody involved, man. I'm about to get up out of here, about to go roll up. Make sure y'all get my book. I spoke about this whole situation with Bimmy. I didn't know that it was going to end up being him being excluded from the Supreme Team documentary, but I wrote about some what I detected as dissension in the ranks, in the Supreme Team ranks before all of this happened. So again, make sure y'all get a copy. Y'all can get it on Amazon. It's called Some Things I've Been Through. Or you can go to www.therealdribble.com and get an autographed copy. Glaze.
Hold on. Say that again. Hold on. Let me put that right there. You say
www.therealdribble.
The Real Dribble. Hold up. The Real
Dribble.com. Yep.
Okay, .com. Hey, folks, listen. I'm putting that up right now. I just post that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around. That's, come on. What happened? Hold up.
There
that's it right there, folks. Anybody that's interested, show that book again, man.
It's right here.
Anybody interested in getting your copy, not only that, what the sense of getting a copy from Amazon when you can contact the man himself and get your signed autographed copy at www.therealdribble.com. And like I said right now, folks, despite we was at battle, I still tune in. I still want to see, because you always want to tighten up your game. So people do not understand that. So you always want to tighten up your game. So what you got to do is you got to pick pieces from this person, pieces from that person, piece from that person, and tweak it. So once again, that's what I used to do, man. So regardless of what, and the same thing, look, the same shit. I remember me and you had a little conversation, and you talked about doing a piece on Hatchet.
Yeah.
So I can remember calling you up. Bill, you know about Hatchet? See, nothing. I just watch what you. He said, I just watch what you put up or whatever, and see. But that's what it's all about, because that's how you stay reverent. That's how you stay in tune to what's going on in the community. Because we wasn't there, so a lot of shit that I don't know, I can always speculate, but I'm always going to point people in the right direction. So, hey guys, look at that, man. Get your www.therealdribble.com. It's right there. It's right here in the link, man.
I appreciate you.
All right, bro.
Man, keep up the good work.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you. And like I said right now, let me know when you're ready. When you're ready, I'm ready.
I'll be in touch. I'm gonna put it together.
All right,
man.
man.
Do it on the podcast.
We can do that, man. Like I tell you right now, you take care of me, I take care of you.
I shine, you shine. I'm out.
All right. Peace, man. Peace. All right. Everybody, thank you for joining me right now. Where it's like I say, here it is right now, folks. It's not how you start, it's how you continue. A lot of times you can have a disagreement, a misunderstanding with somebody. But once again, you got to know when to let it go. A lot of times what we can find ourselves being emotional, immature, or being sensitive. We as a community, we as people got to learn how to be more thick-skinned. We can't let a lot of stuff bother us. We can't let stuff bring us down. We can't dwell off the little knick-knack, man. Keep in mind where we come from in life. Sticks and stone may break our bones, but words would never hurt us. A lot of times right now, what we see, we are being dehumanized by words, and we are doing it to each other. So once again, like I said right now, was with me and him. When he first reached out to me years ago, and like I told you right now, was, check me out. I want to do an interview or whatever. Okay. And right now is, like I say, when I turn him down, when we had our differences, he done made a video about me. I done made a couple of videos about him. But look at it. On this date, July 10th, 2022, what you see Brian Glaze Gibbs and Gully TV joining forces. And to me, that's what it's all about, man. When you can put away your difference. It's not like right now. I remember, shout out to the professor. Hey, shout out to the professor, man. I remember one time the professor called me up. And right now he's, yo, man, I don't like this guy. He's on his platform and he's talking bad about you, man. And right now the professor, was more upset than I was. So I told him, I said, look, man, Gully is doing everything that he's doing. That's how he make his living. So once again, why am I gonna get mad at him? long as that man is not picking up a gun, you know what I'm saying, robbing or shooting or hurting nobody or poisoning the community or breaking into nobody's house, as long as he's talking about me and that whatever he's talking about, and he can generate a cash flow that's gonna help pay his mortgage, help pay his rent, help pay his light bill, his gas bill, whatever. Guess what? You got to be for it. See, that's wrong with people. We too busy worrying about the wrong things. People talk about the Lord Jesus Christ. They talk about Allah. They talk about everybody. So you think I'm gonna get mad because they talk about little old Brian Glaze Gibbs? Nah, how can I get mad? And that's what I keep trying to tell people. We got to develop thick skin, man. What we have to do is get together and stop our kids, to stop them from making this multi-billion-dollar prison system their permanent address. That's, to me, most important. You see what this say? Crime doesn't pay. Crime doesn't pay. So right now, like I say, if he able to take something and build a platform, guess what? I don't care nothing about it. People can say anything they want to say. Shawnee, if y'all work together successfully, it would definitely be a highlight for me. Respect to you. And that's what it's all about, man. It's not how you start. It's how you finish. Hey, got my brother right there, man. I remember, like I say, hey, Professor, do you remember you called me? I was at work. And you say, yo, man, this guy Gully up there talking trash about you and everything like that or whatever. And right now he was more bothered than I was. And I had to break it down. I'm saying, I didn't know Gully. Gully don't know me. Let him talk. But once again, like I say, he wasn't out there committing no crime. He wasn't out there violating nobody, hurting nobody. Only thing he doing is telling a story. So let him tell that story. Let him do what he feel he got to do. Now, look at this. Even Professor, do you think you would have witnessed this? That me and Gully face to face, like, talking to each other, being respectful, being mindful? Because, folks, that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. We have to know how to let go and let God. We have all grown so much since then. Maturity, you have to. Because once again, if you stay stuck, if you don't change your behavior and your way of thinking, your action, then you're going to stay stuck. Imagine right now, me being 91 and a half years old. Imagine me saying, well, I don't know how to use internet. I don't know how to use YouTube. I don't know how to use social media. Guess what? I would be stuck. And if I'm stuck, what can I really accomplish in life, man? If I don't get out there and try things myself, we too busy want to depend on other people to help us out. You can't let other people do things for you. Ain't no way. I didn't know about this live. Been a part of the Dribble now. I'm subscribed to the BG. Salute to you both. Quality, street, custom. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. But that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? What you say, Professor? I love it. A true example of cooperation, love, and understanding. That's what it's all about, man. You know what? And that's what we got to keep in mind, man. Like I said right now, these platforms right now, folks, got to be utilized the right way. Anybody that's out there that want to come on my platform, if you got some material or content that worthwhile coming on my platform, I'd be more than glad to invite you. That's what it's all about. How do? If you trying to promote your business, you know what I'm saying, legit, and you trying to get somewhere, right now that's what these platforms is for, right? What we have to do is, how do we help each other? How do we stop that crab in the barrel mentality, man? That's what it is. How do we stop that crab in the barrel mentality? Only thing we want to do is keep our own need or keep our brothers and sisters in that same barrel. Right now, I'm living in a project, and right now I see my brother, I see my sister about to get out the project. I'm going to try to do something to sabotage them, to sabotage their growth, sabotage their wealth, sabotage, their knowledge, sabotage their ability. Nah, man, we got to get away from that. We got to, you know what, brother? Yo, sister, you doing this. How can I do that? What do I need to do to get myself together, to get my act together? Huh? That's what we have to do. And the only way we're going to do that is building. But not only that, folks, what we have to do is stay prayer. I keep trying to tell people over and over and over again, no prayer equal no power. Less prayer equal less power. More prayer equal more power. Much prayer equal much power. Like I say, no prayer, no power. Less prayer, less power. More prayer, more power. Much prayer, much power. And what we have to do is take these young kids, these young lost souls that's out there, take them, snatch them up, put them on our wings. How do we put them on our wing? Go Pink House and do a charity event or a school equipment give out. And you know what? Bread back. That's what I'm seeking to get into. I'm seeking to establish the nonprofit organization, the BGG movement. It's best to give than receive. How do we get back? How do we, more or less like right now, me, how do I right my wrong? How do I change my whole life around and get it together? How do I use my life experience? And not only that, share it and get these kids to understand that they do not have to be test dummy. They don't have to be like Fat Cat, Pappy, Supreme, Tut, Prince, on Bimmy, Black Just, Alpo, Baby Sam. They don't have to be like none of them. They can do it right the first time. And those are things that we got to keep in mind. We got to stop selling ourselves short. Because at times, guess what? We blaming other people for being an enemy. When in actuality, we are our own worst enemy, man. We are our own worst enemy, man. And that's it. But like I told you right now, man, check out Gully TV on the Dribble. Like I told you right now, he got a huge following. He got a huge following. He started a lot. He started a lot, earlier than I did. And you sit back and you think about it. Two individuals, me and him. Like I said right now, we used to battle. You can go on the platform, you'll see me and him going at it. But at the same token, look where we at right here now. Look what just happened. Y'all just witnessed something that two brothers came together, put away our difference. And what we was able to do, we was able to come out with quality content and speak about it. No negative, no nonsense, no BS. That's what life is all about. Imagine if each and every one of us take the time and learning how to work with one another opposed to working against each other. Once again, learning how to work with one another opposed to work against one another. As long as you need to do is sit down, have conversation, go back and forth, see if y'all share the same viewpoint, the same belief, the same message. Right now, the same mission statement, the same philosophy. If y'all share all that, then guess what? Y'all definitely can work together. Because once again, look what we just did. We worked together. And nobody. Right now was, guess what? Even when I woke up this morning, did I think right now was, guess what? Later on this evening, I'll be sitting down having an interview with Gully TV? No way in the world. That was the furthest thing from my mind. But right now, this brother right here, T_Rivers, I'm saying, like he said, this was an epic interview. He the one right now reached out to me earlier today and basically shared or told me what Gully was saying. And I went and checked it out. And right now, I got in contact with Luke. Hey, Luke, I'm trying to get in contact with Gully, make it happen. And that's what he did. But the difference is you got to have an open mind. And you got to let bygone be bygone. Keep in mind, folks, word is word. People going to talk trash about you all their life. Right now, we learn that from elementary school. We learn that from kindergarten. People going to call you names. People going to talk trash about you. So the difference right now is, like I told you, what I'm trying to do is let you know if me and that man can basically get together and do something positive, guess what? Anybody can, man. Anybody can. And a lot of times right now is all that comes from redemption, all that comes from change, all that comes from, like I told him, before we start this conversation, we're going to do this. But we both going to be mindful and respectful. We're going to both be mindful and respectful. And that's what we did. So like I told you right now, thank y'all for joining us. And like I told you right now, I just hit 61,000 subscribers. So those that's not out there that have subscribed to my platform, hey, make sure you subscribe. Make sure if you like the content that we just did, why don't you go out there and share it? Why don't you hit the share button and share it to people that's in your cell phone, people that's on your Facebook through Messenger, people that's on IG through DM. Share it. People on your email. If you feel this message that we just put out there today that can help somebody, that can help a lost soul, put it out there. What good to have knowledge if you don't have nobody to share it with? Huh? What good to have knowledge if you don't have nobody to share it with? That's the difference. We got to go ahead and put it out together and make it happen, man. And we got to start right now with get away from the negative, get away from the nonsense, get away from that crab in the barrel mentality. That crab in the barrel mentality is real. It's a real disease. And right now, how do we eliminate that? How do we basically right now get everything together and work together as a team? Because if we work together as a team, nothing can stop us, man. We can be like Fat Joe, say, nothing can stop us. I'm all the way up. Do-do, 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 do-do. That's what we have to do, man. And that's what we got to keep doing, man. And like I said right now, folks, listen, I'm not, like I said right at this time, getting caught up into that negativity because, like I told you right now, I am blessed. I am blessed and highly favored. And you know what? Like I said right now, I'm not going to let nothing steal away like in my joy. The world didn't give it to me and the world didn't, you can't take it away. Only person can take it away from me is me. And as I said right now, man, look, in 18 more days, I'll be 25 years that I walk out of prison. I walk out of prison July 28th, 1997. That's when I walk out of the penitentiary. And guess what happened? Once I walk out of that penitentiary, guess what? I never look back. So once again, when I tell people that people can change, everybody can change. But you know what change comes? Change comes from within. Change comes from within. Change comes from you have to want to change. You know what? It didn't come overnight. But guess what? Slowly but surely, what I wound up doing, you know what? I got it together. You know, this is a good brother right here. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. And you know what? It wasn't overnight, man. It was not overnight, man. It was not overnight. I didn't change overnight. I went through pain. I went through suffering. I went through a lot. And even with that being said, I learned, man. I learned from that. And I learned from that. And that's why I say right now, look, folks, you see this right here? Crime doesn't pay. 15 years in and out of this place. 15 years. 15 years, man. Suffering. 15 years having my mother die while I was in there. 15 years not being able to see my family, not being able to do the things that I want to do because I want to be a professional people pleaser. I want to be down. I want to be cool. For what, man? I wasted time out of my life that I cannot get back, man. And you know what? Once I got my freedom, guess what? I took advantage of it. Like I told people, look, I was never going back. I didn't care if I had to go out there. If I couldn't get a job, if I had to go out there, because what skill do you really have? If I had to go out there and collect aluminum cans, I knew I could collect 1 million to 1.5 million cans a year, times 5 cents. That's $50,000 to $75,000 legally. Legally. But once again, know the requirement? Dedication. Okay? Desire. Being out there, determined, having a fire burning in your belly. That's what it determined. And guess what? I did not look back, man. Completely transform your life and mindset for the better. That's inspiring. But like I told you, if I can do it, anybody can do it. You know, and that's what I want people to understand. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Bread back. When you're doing a story of the Poison Clan, George Chain Scooter, you know what? Like I said right now, if you want to email me, Brian, Brian, Gibbs, Gibbs, 1201 at yahoo.com. If you got something that I can utilize to do a story of, I welcome it. I welcome it. I welcome it. Because once again, like I said right now, there's a lot of times for you to do a story, you got to have some type of form of information. And I'm familiar with Scooter. Shout out to Scooter. Hopefully right now he can get out that life sentence and hopefully he can come home to his family before it's extremely too late. And see, one thing I like about that documentary was at the end, they had this guy, he was a paralegal. And basically what he was saying was, Prince is like 60 years old. And right now he was saying they did a study about people 50 years old, as far as when they get out at 50, the chance of them committing another crime is 10%, which is great. So people, anybody can change. So that's why I said right now is hopefully Scooter, hopefully Tuck, hopefully a lot of these guys that's still in a current situation with life have that opportunity to get their freedom again. A lot of times, like I told you, everything I've been through and all the crimes that I committed was between the age of 14 to 24 years old. So right now is, guess what? When I got to the feds, and I remember Akbar Prayer, hopefully Akbar Prayer, man, nonviolence offender, kingpin, nonviolence. Right now, he's been in jail since 1987, 88 from Newark, New Jersey. Shout out to Akbar. Hopefully right now, guess what? They'll let him out. That brother, since he's been in jail, that's all he's been doing, schooling people, schooling these kids, being a mentor, pointing them in the right direction, letting them know right now is don't throw away your life. But see, a lot of times when people go in no penitentiary and they got 20, 30, 40, 50 years of life, what they feel they got to lose. They feel they got nothing to lose. So automatically what they doing, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? When they come to them, tell them, yo, make up your bed. Man, I got 40 years. I'm not making them. I don't want to hear that. So right now they get into altercations, stabbing, piping, hurting people, whatever, because they have that don't care. They have that don't give a F attitude. So once you stuck with that don't give a F attitude, especially when you go on and you starting at the beginning of your bid, guess what happened? You constantly getting infraction. Are you constantly catching new cases? Are you constantly in and out the box, transferring from different facility? You know what's going to happen now? Whereas as time go on, and right now is you can get a reduction or you can get that first act, but they looking at your disciplinary action. They looking at right now is if you was in civilized in jail, why in the hell we gonna let you back out? If you was in civilized in jail, then what? Then what? So that's what people got to understand, man. Right now is we have to always be on our best behavior, man. We have to always be on it. Anytime we meet with adversity, we can use it as an opportunity to exercise patience and develop thick skin. Hey, E-Money, get it in. Excellent point. Look what he's saying. Anytime we meet with the adversity, we can use it as an opportunity to exercise patience and develop thick skin. Melorick Harris. It's one episode, right? Nah, it's a 3-part docu series. It's a 3-part docu series. I was able to watch it on Friday. It's a 3-part docu series. And like I said right now, like I say, it was decent. It was decent. And I understand I understand the stance and direction that they went in. I definitely understand that. Did you get a reply from Hamilton? Yeah, indirectly. And the difference right now is, guess what? The beef with me and Hamilton was over 30 something years ago. Like I said right now, is guess what? I feel the way I feel the way I feel. He feel the way he feel. But sometimes you gotta let go and let God, man. Sometimes you gotta let go and let God. You can't dwell on that. And to me, that's what happened. I want to letting go and let God. So that's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to let go and let God. Shaz, 1986. When we going to see a movie about your life is going to be fire. And you know what? If it's God will be done. Like I said right now, is the ironic part is it was a group that was originally going to do the Prince story, the Prince documentary. And right now is I was dealing with them. And we were supposed to start shooting April 2020. And then the corona happened. So you know what? Like I say, if it's God will be done. I am in talks. I got a few things in the work, but time will tell. Here it is right now, Bawanda Foundation. Here it is right now. He using a quote from one of Jay-Z's songs. I put Preem in my truck, told him to leave the street alone, predicted jail would get him, try to put him on. So folks, like I tell you right now, that is true. Jay-Z, the billionaire, tried to base you right now is tell Preem, leave all that stuff alone. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I got something for you. He made Preem an offer that he couldn't refuse. He made Preem an offer that he couldn't refuse. And Preem told him no. Put Preem in my truck, told him to leave the street alone. Predicted jail would get him, you know what I'm saying? Try to put him on. He tried. So that's what I'm trying to tell you right now, folks. Listen, man, sometimes you can't continue to lift a gift horse in the mouth. If somebody offer you certain things, and as long as they're not offering you anything that's going to hurt somebody, violate somebody, or commit a crime, come on, man. You got to sometimes stop thinking that you're better than what you are, man. Right now was like I say, I bet you any amount of money. Preem had plenty of time to think about it. If he had the opportunity to do it all over again, I bet you he would have took that deal. I bet you any amount of money he would have took that deal. So, folks, listen, man. Hey, I challenge each and everybody that's listening. Guys, snatch a young guy or a couple guys under your wing. Teach him, coach him, mentor him, show them right from wrong. Teach them how to be law-abiding, productive citizen. Ladies, do the same thing. Snatch some of these young girls. Teach them how to be good women. Teach them how to be dedicated, how to be loyal, how to be about it. That's the difference. Doing it right the first time. That's what we need to do, man. As long as we do that, guess what? We can win, man. Hey, Mark Brown, like I told you right now, everything is in the work, man. Everything is in the work. And if it's God will, it will be done. Will we get an Eminem documentary, Glaze? Like I said right now, everything is in the work, man. Approximately 4.5 years ago, company was talking about doing a 2-3 movie deal. Shout out to my man ICU Studio, or my man Katik. That's like my business manager. Shout out to Terrence Gangster Williams, man. Right now it's so many different things that's out there that we trying to put it together, man. There's so many different things that's out there that we trying to put together. And like I said right now, is to me, if it was up to me, it would have been done. But the bottom line is right now is even as December 2020, I had a company came to me, yo, listen, here it is. We want to do your story. We want to do a series or a movie. We want to do a podcast. But they wanted me to shut down my YouTube channel. And I told them I was going to do that. Only thing I had to do is sign on the dotted line. And sometimes always remember, folks, all money is not good money. It might look good, but all money is not good money. And that's what you got to understand, man. All money is not good money. Because a lot of times right now, where sometimes when you give these people your creative control, you give them the right to take over your creative control. What's going to happen? You know what? Then right now, who to say Prince and Preem didn't give them somewhat creative control. And right now, they put the narrative that they wanted to put on it. So a lot of times right now is we're not there. We don't quite understand. Sometimes some things go deep in the original surface. Shaz 1986. I had a lot of regret, man. I had a lot of regret. My first regret, honestly speaking, is I wish I never got caught up into that street life, man. I wish I never became a career criminal. I wish I never, rob, steal, kill, sell drugs. Peace, Shabay. Peace, Shabay. How you doing, my brother? That's what I wish, man. And if I had a chance to do it over again, that's why, honestly speaking, I am somewhat jealous of the youth because they still got their whole life ahead of them. And right now, if they understand how powerful they really are, guess what? Any and everything is possible. They are in control of their own destiny. They are all in control of their own destiny, man. Right now, we can choose to go left or we can choose to go right. But always remember, man, if each and every one, and we teach these kids and we teach these adults how to do critical thinking for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, guess what, man? The sky's the limit. We can do any and everything, and we can put it together, man. We can make it happen. What we have to do is start believing ourselves and understanding our true identity, that we are really kings and queens, prince and princess. We got to believe that, and we got to know that. We got to eat, sleep, and shit that. We got to believe that, man. And if you don't believe in yourself, then guess what? We already setting ourselves up to fail. Hey, listen, folks, thank you to each and every one of y'all that's out there. Hey, subscribe, share, hit the notification button, donate. Once again, like I tell you right now, I am Brian Glaze Gibbs. This is my platform. Right now, if you got any content or any good idea that you want to come on my platform, let me know. Roll bags. We hear the bad about Cat. What was some of the good he did? You know what? Like I tell you right now, man, Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols helped a lot of people out, man. I remember right now he bailed a bunch of people out of jail. He helped a bunch of people out with their rent and their mortgage. Right now he helped a lot of guys out with their lawyers. So right now is that's the difference. So to me, like I say, to me, it's a lot of good about him. You know what? Like that man saved my life twice, man. That man saved my life when they threw the firebomb through his mother's house. And that man saved my life right now when I told him, listen, man, they want me, they want you, they want Pap. He saved my life twice. If it was for him, I wouldn't be here right now. So he saved my life twice, man. Hey, but like I told you right now, folks, always remember, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Like I told you right now, my name is Brian Glaze Gibbs. If you want to know anything about me, get your signed copy of the Beyond Lucky book. Get your signed copy by emailing me at Brian, Brian Gibbs, Gibbs, 1201 at yahoo.com. Get your signed copy. Get your signed copy. A true story of crack, money, murder, and redemption. And like I said right now, to order your copy, email me. That's the email address right there, man. And like I told you right now, I talk about the good, I talk about the bad, I talk about the ugly, man. And see, here it is somebody else right now is some Big Shot. Big Shot say, Cat looked out for my uncle Jesse many times. Peace, Glaze. Peace to you. You're going to be inspiration to the youth. Okay, I hope the universe know about your story. And like I told you right now, listen, guess what, man? I was not always I was a sick soul. I was a sick soul and I was lost and I was out there. All right now, Zobelly 804. What network does the docu series come on? It is on Showtime. It is on Showtime. So right now is if you want to watch the docu series, and shout out to Nas, shout out to Mass Appeal. I think they did a good job, man. What they had to work with, I think they did a good job, man. And like I said right now, folks, listen, man. You know, did we want to be different? Did we want to be better? They did, you know, the job that they need to do to get the message across. You know, so like I say, folks. With that being said, hey, peace, love, prosperity, one love.